What time of day do you work out? The best time to work out is when we can regularly and consistently train. And that's usually the same time of day each week. So we take a look at our schedules and we pick that window of time when we can train. Now this is where we're going to mix things up a little bit. What if we could schedule our entire lives around our training? Then would the best time to train change? So today we're going to take a look at our circadian rhythms and how they affect our hormone production and our nervous system activity, as those tend to fluctuate throughout the day, peaking at some points and dropping down to lows at others. Now, not everyone's circadian rhythm is exactly the same, which is why some people are night owls, and it adapts to changes like seasonal daylight hours, food intake, and exercise. Now, one of the changes that happens to our body every day is as the day progresses, our core temperature increases until it hits its peak. When our bodies are cold, our muscles are stiff, leaving our movement patterns inefficient and increasing our risk for injury. Now, late afternoon is when our body's core temperature hits its peak, making us more flexible. And at this time of day, our rate of perceived exertion goes down, causing exercise to feel easier. And these things combined improve our performance and reduce our risk for injury. But what about our hormone production? Isn't our testosterone the highest first thing in the morning? It's good to remember that much of our testosterone, and in particular our growth hormone production, happens at night while we're asleep, with our testosterone peaking out in the early morning shortly after we wake up, which might make it sound like a good reason to work out in the morning, but in reality, it's a good reason to make sure we're getting a good night's sleep, as that is one of the keys to getting the most out of our natural hormone production. As there is another hormone that peaks first thing in the morning, and that is cortisol. And when it comes to building muscle, we want a high testosterone to low cortisol ratio. And it's been found that testosterone peaks the highest with intense exercise in the early evening, and cortisol responds the least. So it's starting to sound like I'm making a pretty strong case for late afternoon, early evening training. And there are some studies that support this conclusion, but the advantage isn't very large and it can be easily offset by other factors. For example, we were just talking about how key sleep is for us to get the most out of our own natural hormone production. Well, just as in the late afternoon, our body temperature is at its highest, right after that, it slowly starts to drop to prepare our bodies for sleep. So if we end up training too late in the evening, we can drive that temperature right back up, making it difficult for us to fall asleep at night. So if you suffer from insomnia or have trouble falling asleep at night, training first thing in the morning can help. By taking the hormone boost that you get from intense exercise and matching up with the natural time of day that your hormones are the highest, you have the least odds of disrupting your natural circadian cycle. And there's evidence to indicate that this extra hormone boost first thing in the morning will cause your melatonin levels to rise earlier in the evening, making it easier for you to fall asleep at night. Now, if you do decide to train first thing in the morning, I'd recommend, and it'd be well worth your while, to spend a few extra minutes on your warm-up. But what's most important is that you keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50, and we'll talk to you in the next one.